Hey, what's up guys, Amlan here. Welcome back to a new video on my channel. In this video I'm going to talk about iOS 16.2 beta 3 update on my iPhone XR. As you can see, this is an iPhone XR and yesterday night I received this update. As you can see from the screenshot, it came in about 440.8 MB on my iPhone XR. Now if you have any other iPhone other than iPhone XR, the update size will be different, so it will be mostly between 400 to 650 MB. So if you have a beta profile installed on your iPhone, do check that you already have iOS 16.2 beta 3 update. Now in this video we are going to talk about what are the new features and changes with iOS 16.2 beta 3, because most of the features that comes with iOS 16.2 beta 3 are there for newer phones, but these older phones like iPhone XR, there are a couple of things there to talk about. So let's deep dive in this video and see what's new with iOS 16.2 beta 3. But before starting the video, if you're new here and happen to enjoy this kind of videos on this channel, do give this video a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to the channel, because this gives me a lot of motivation to make more such kind of videos on YouTube. Now with that being said, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so the first things first, let me go to the settings and general and about section. If I go to the about section, as you can see, the iOS version is 16.2 and the new build number is 20C5049E. So the letter E in the end, it still denotes that we are going to see a couple of more betas before we get to the public release. Now I taken a screenshot before, so before updating, if I could just show you, this was the modem firmware. So for iPhone XR, it was 5.01.00, and after updating, as you can see here, if I come to this modem firmware, it has been updated to 5.01.01. So with this update, there's a new modem firmware update. So if you're having any iPhone XR, 11, 12, 13 or 14, you will have a modem firmware update coming from iOS 16 beta 2 to beta 3. Now how to get this update, because I tell you this every video, so let me tell you this again. You go to this VPN and device management. As you can see, iOS 16 beta profile is installed on my iPhone. So that's the reason I got this update. If you haven't installed this iOS 16 beta profile, you would not get this update. So keep that in mind. And now let's see what are the new features. Now talking about the new features for the newer iPhones like iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max, for the iPhones which supports always on display. So previously what was there in the settings, you could just enable or disable the always on display. But now with iOS 16.2 beta 3, apart from just enabling or disabling, you have the option wherein you can choose to turn on the wallpaper or turn off the wallpaper if you select the always on display. Apart from that, there is one more settings which allows you to show the notifications or disable the notifications if you choose to keep always on display. So that is there for iPhone 14 Pro models. Now in this iPhone XR, I was able to see some difference in this accessibility setting. So if I go to accessibility and Siri, so if I could just zoom in and show you, as you can see there in the spoken responses, apart from automatic and prefer spoken responses, there is a new option which says prefer silent responses. So this option was not there till date. With iOS 16.2 beta 3 update, this new option has been added. One more new thing is that with the private relay, for this you have to make sure you have a iCloud Plus subscription. Now if you have a iCloud Plus subscription, make sure that your private relay is on by coming to settings here. Now if you open any website, let's suppose I have the developers .apple.com open. If I tap on the website settings, I have the new option which says show IP address, and there's this new icon. Not that it was not there before. So what it will enable you to do, if you check this option, it will make the IP address from which you're accessing this website visible to everyone for a certain period of time. So it was there before, the wording has changed, and for you to access this feature, you need to have iCloud Plus subscription, so only you can access these features. So apart from that, for the older iPhones, I did not see any new things. There are improvements to the freeform application what we got with iOS 16.2 beta 1. This freeform application is always and constantly being updated with the newer version of betas. And apart from that, there are no changes with the older iPhones. I've talked about this before, but I thought let's just bring it up one more time. With the iPhones that supports 5G like iPhone 12, iPhone 13 and iPhone 14, with iOS 16.2 beta 2, we got the update, we got the 5G update. So if you have a 5G supporting iPhone, then you should be able to access 5G if you go to cellular. Now if you're still not able to access the 5G, that means you have not updated your iPhone to iOS 16.2, or you're using iOS 16.1 or iOS 16.1.1, which is the stable series of updates. So don't worry, if you are not part of this beta software, in mid-December we'll get to see iOS 16.2, and from iOS 16.2 onwards, if you have a supporting iPhone, then you should be able to use 5G features in India. Now talking about the performance and talking about the bug fixes, I did not notice any lag or performance issues with this update. As I mentioned before, there was a new modem firmware, so if you were having any network connectivities, that should be fixed with this update, but specifically not new anything as sort with this older iPhones like iPhone 10R. But talking about the performance, I ran the Geekbench 5 score, and as you can see, the scores seems to be little low because I've just ran this after I updated my iPhone 10R. So I will talk about the battery life and the performance once again during the weekend, and also this time onwards I will include iPhone 12 because I've been actively using iPhone 12 with the iOS 16.2 beta softwares. So you would get a real-time scenario how the battery life performs in day-to-day life. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, and during the weekend when I post the follow-up review on iOS 16.2 beta 3, you would get to know about the battery life and the performance, not only about this iPhone 10R, also as I said before, I will make sure I include iPhone 12. Now if I go to the settings and if I go to the battery, I don't use this phone actively as a primary device, but if I go to the battery health and charging, as you can see, if I could just focus on the screen, as you can see, the battery health is still at 88% and it hasn't dropped after updating to iOS 16.2 beta 3. Now talking about the battery life, as you can see from the graph here itself, I don't use this daily, so that's why there is no screen on and screen off time. But as I said before, stay tuned, I will make a follow-up review during the weekend on which I will talk about the battery life, and I'll give you iPhone 12 example as well, and that phone also supports 5G. So if you are somebody who is having 5G supported iPhone, I'll show you how you can enable 5G. So I just wanted to let you know that we have received iOS 16.2 beta 3 update with the help of this video. Now if you are somebody who is using stable softwares like iOS 16.1.1, at this point I would not recommend you to update to iOS 16.2 just to get the 5G features and things like that, because as long you get the 5G features, there are things that actually does not work properly with this beta softwares, and if you are concerned about the battery life and the performance and things like that, you should not update to the beta softwares which we recently get. So with the help of this video, I just wanted to make you aware that we have received this update, and if you have liked this video, give this video a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to the channel, because I keep on uploading videos like this. And that's all for this video. I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.